Medusa by Carol Ann Duffy. A suspicion, a doubt, a jealousy grew in my mind, which turned the hairs on my head to filthy snakes, as though my thoughts hissed and spat on my scalp. My bride's breath soured, stank in the grey bags of my lungs. I'm foul-mouthed now, foul-tongued, yellow-fanged. There are bullet tears in my eyes. Are you terrified? Be terrified. It's you I love. Perfect man, Greek god, my own. But I know you'll go, betray me, stray from home. So better by far for me if you were stone. I glanced at a buzzing bee. A dull grey pebble fell to the ground. I glanced at a singing bird. A handful of dusty gravel spattered down. I looked at a ginger cat. A housebrick shattered a bowl of milk. I looked at a snuffling pig. A boulder rolled in a heap of shit. I stared in the mirror. Love gone bad showed me a gorgon. I stared at a dragon. Fire spewed from the mouth of a mountain. And here you come, with a shield for a heart and a sword for a tongue, and your girls. Wasn't I beautiful? Wasn't I fragrant and young? Look at me now.
Medusa. Carol Ann Duffy was born in Scotland but raised in Staffordshire to a Catholic family. She showed an early interest in literature and is the first ever female to hold the position of Poet Laureate. Duffy often writes about modern issues relevant to women and plays around with perspectives and viewpoints. She is known for exploring the viewpoint of fictional or historical characters in her poetry, and Medusa is an example of this. The character of Medusa comes from Greek mythology. Formerly a beautiful young woman, Medusa was transformed into a monster by the goddess Athena, who was jealous about Medusa sleeping with the god Poseidon in Athena's temple. She had snakes for hair and was so hideous that anyone who looked upon her was immediately turned to stone. The poem takes the form of a dramatic monologue from the point of view of a single female speaker. She seems to think that her husband has been sleeping with younger girls, and the character of Medusa is used as a metaphor to explore her feelings. Clearly, the speaker is having some problems within her relationship, and the tone of the poem reflects this. The opening line uses words like suspicion, a doubt, a jealousy, which immediately introduce us to the dark themes. The poet then compares her dark thoughts to snakes, and we are introduced to the comparison with Medusa. With all of the lines being quite short in the poem, this suggests that the speaker is perhaps upset and unable to get out a long string of words to describe how she is feeling. The person she is talking to, most likely her husband due to her reference to her being a bride in stanza 2, is made to listen to a detailed description of how her feelings are tearing her up inside. Indeed, she even feels as though she harms animals by looking at them. The most powerful example being, I looked at a snuffling pig, a boulder rolled in a heap of shit. Pupils examining the poem may wish to consider why the use of an expletive is acceptable here. As the poet draws her monologue to a close, comparing herself to a gorgon and a dragon, her tone changes from anger to despair as she asks, wasn't I beautiful? Wasn't I fragrant and young? The reader can't help but feel some pity as the single line final stanza simply says, look at me now. The effect of her feelings have devastated her, but what is never made clear is whether or not her husband or partner has actually cheated, or if she is simply jealous due to her own insecurities.